here's the question of the day. So exactly how many signatures did you guys get since?
8,047 is the number that I was told. Now, as we speak, the city staff are verifying that number.
Yeah, it's like a civics education civics here.
I had no idea this was going to happen.
Yeah,
so they're actually going to go through and make a count right now. They're dividing the the petitions by how many signatures are on each one. These aren't verified signatures; they're just the fact that there are signatures on them. And then they will, based on that, give us a receipt for the total count that they get, which may or may not agree with our count.
Right. And the total minimum that you need is what?
6,420. I think 6,420. Over half of the citizens of Alameda are renters. And someone has to listen to their voice. We keep saying that over and over and over again. And I don't know what the percentage is, but I'd be surprised if it's more than 1 or 2% of the population are landlords. Right? A lot of landlords are out of town, and we have many that are in town, but still. So, and then there's what I'm hoping is that a lot of people like myself who are homeowners, I don't have a horse in this race. I own my house. But I strongly support stabilizing Alameda. I strongly support the seniors who are losing their homes, the school children who are being evicted. Because remember, when you evict a family, you're evicting school children. That's what you're doing, and you're costing our school district money. I'm hoping to convince a lot of other homeowners, who are the vast majority of the people, the plurality of people in this town, support us. Join in.
You have submitted 8,057 signatures for a rent control ballot measure for November.
That's correct. That's what we're hoping for.
So it's a big day today, right? A lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work and huge. Yeah, more than 100 people went out in all kinds of weather and conditions. In addition to working and caring for their families and everything else they do in a day, to gather more than 8,000 signatures. So huge.
So it's a strong number when you only needed like 6,400.
That's correct. We're hoping that's sufficient. We're basically about 25% over, and we're hoping that, given validity rates and everything else. Now, at this very moment, the city clerk's office are recounting, and it'll be interesting to see what number they have.
Right. So a lot of work is still to be done to now to get people to understand what exactly is going to be on the ballot. So could you explain real quick what's the gist of the ballot measure? What will you be asking the voters?
There are 3 main parts. So the first is we are limiting rents to 65% of the consumer price index. And the reason it's not 100%, it's only 65% of the CPI actually applies to housing. We're paying the food, the gas, the utilities increases, everybody does. So the idea of that is to make rents predictable and sustainable over time. So we aren't saying no rent increases, but please, let's just keep it to inflation for current residents. The second thing that we have is to limit the no-fault evictions. Unfortunately, when the city came up with its new ordinance, it brought back no-fault evictions. And in the first week of April, I received 4 calls from people who immediately had received notices. So that's back on the table, and it is not acceptable. The third thing is, for whatever reason, there seems to be a disconnect from the mayor and city council about what's happening in this city and how much stress people are feeling and how housing insecure the residents of Alameda are feeling. And so we wanted to separate it from the council politics. We want it to be a standalone structure that is self-supporting, that has its own staff committed to fairness for both renters and landlords, to monitor the rules and actually enforce them. So those are, to me, are the 3 main components.